Hey guys, it's Shye and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be actually looking into Yagorath, and I'm going to be giving you the reason why I probably think that this is the best thing that Paladins has ever done. Even though it's the beginning of 2021, I'm literally going to say from the start of 2020, or actually from the start of when I started playing Paladins. So if you want to get my general opinions, do watch until the end of the video. But anyways, let's get on straight into the video. Hi guys, so I'm going to be obviously looking at both the trailer of Yagorath that Paladins released, and also I'm going to be analysing her loadouts, the look, the feel, the vibe I get, and also why I think it is probably the best thing that they've done in terms of like champion development and her playstyle as well. So obviously in the trailer we're started with Vora. Obviously the trailer is going to be on the screen, screenshots as well, all of that is going to be on there. Started off with Vora obviously choosing the darkness after she like asked Io for help and Io never came, and you have like the darkness kind of show appearing, and then eventually like the Shattered Desert, other places, the town of Ceres, people are dying essentially. You have Lex being smothered in some poison, Strix obviously getting grabbed, Victor dying. Let's say when is Victor not dying? Let's be real. But afterwards, and even you see Ash's flag as well, which is pretty crazy. Atlas went back in time, gathered the forces, trying to defeat Yagorath. However, did it turn out good? No. As I said in one of the cards, whatever you do, it will always be the same. She will be the end after all, which was pretty interesting. I really liked that, and it made me really think about how the end was coming for how long, and it was subtly, it was very subtle, but it was teased to us through different trailers or different like art styles. But even from, I believe, probably even before Atlas was even released, it was foreshadowed, and it kind of like made me realize that wow, they really planned this from the get-go. And who knows how long Yagorath was in development for. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if they mentioned how long she was in development for, but I felt like it was a pretty long time. And I just want to give my overall rating on the trailer. The best trailer they made. It is so cool, and I really like it. And essentially what we see on the trailer is what you see in game as well, which is pretty amazing, I must say. I did make a video addressing my guesses for Yagorath, and this was when I thought that the live show for her would have come out like a day or two after the trailer was released. So I was editing like it's normal, and then as I said in another video, everyone was talking about enjoying the live stream for Yagorath, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna be a bit too late. Hence why you noticed the video was out 3 o'clock in the morning at GMT. I believe that's like 9 o'clock at night if you live in America. Bit okay for you guys, but definitely not okay for me because I was working really hard on this edit. You see most of her abilities as well, like when Lex went to go and ult her, essentially execute her, she kind of put a hardened car case around her, so she mitigated the damage, which was pretty interesting, I must say. Something that I didn't expect, and it was really cool. I thought she would kind of have a wall, but instead she kind of has like a mother, her earthen guard, like Inara sort of style, which interesting. Didn't realize that was a thing that Yagorath was gonna do, but I really liked it. And they have Lex sacrificing himself to save his son. Very sad. What else do I want to talk about here? The fact that Yagorath is the best champion they ever made. But let's go on to the actual gameplay sort of style. So hopefully I'm able to get screenshots of the live show, but in terms of Yagorath, you are unable to move in one of your stances. So that's when you're standing up and you're not swapping your forms into like a more Hot Wheels sort of style, I must say. But she cannot move, which was something I would not expect, and something that I would never thought that they will actually think of, probably because she's a giant worm, and of course, yep. And when I first saw her, my first thought was that she got reference from Smite, and I believe the god is called Jagamanda. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, do let me know. And that's what I first thought. I was like, reminds me of that god. They definitely took some reference from it, and in the live show they talked about him, and I was like, yeah, I knew it. I'm gonna be real, it wasn't that hard. And all this time I used to say I hope they always get champion reference from Smite, because the gods on Smite are a lot better than the champions of Paladins. And not in terms of like there being gods and all, in terms of their uniqueness and the abilities, and like just overall they're so much better than in Paladins, because I feel like each god has its own story, and there isn't no, oh, this kind of reminds me of this person but with the attributes. That's why I like Smite a bit better. I don't play Smite, but I feel like in terms of the character, the god's development and the uniqueness of each one, they're a lot better than Paladins. And sometimes with Paladins, certain champions do have their uniqueness 100%, but there is something that will be like, oh, they're similar to this person. Oh, this ability is kind of like this, but this. That's why it's like, for example, with Vora, with the, I believe the ability is called the Tendril, similar to Grover, has its own reference. That's why they're losing their uniqueness, so it makes sense. But with Yagorath, however, this is the, I will say, probably the most unique champion in Paladins. And the first thing I will say is the where you're at. So when you play Yagorath and you're in your not so mobile form, you're in her mouth, and you see her shooting from her mouth, the poison on the floor that leaves a trail. And also the fact that not only that, her another ability, which is called the piercing quills, on the sides of her mouth shoots those in her mouth as well, which is so cool, and I really like that. It shocked me when I saw it, because I would not expect that. All I was thinking is, how would you see it in first person? And they took that ability to the max, and they really showed what they can do. So I'll definitely say I give them props to that. Also, the spraying acid on the floor from your maw, dealing a certain amount of damage every 0.1 second. I believe, as I said, it's dealing 48 damage every 0.1 second. I will go over all the abilities in detail, have the screenshot and talk through it with you just a little bit later on. And it leaves a pool of it as well, which is again really amazing. If I'm correct, there is no champion that can do that. I'm trying to look at all the champions right now and who can do that, and none of them can. That can leave a trail on the floor that leaves damage overall, apart from Tyra, but that's with her ability Burn Monster, and it's not, and that's fire. They probably got some bit of reference, but again, with that ability, it's kind of similar to Jagamanda on Smite as well. Probably they got some reference from that god, who knows, because that is also kind of like a, it's kind of like dark poison, I must say, on Smite, but here's just normal poison. Also, the next thing I do want to talk about is the hardening, which is really cool how they did that. I saw it on the live show, and I was like, this is a really cool way to show it. Really nice. Has the hardening, I think she get like a hardened carcass around her essentially, so you mitigate some damage, and it just allows you to kind of like stay on the point and be that annoying champion. And then afterwards, which reminds me of Odin on Smite, when he has a shield, after some time it will explode and it will deal damage to anyone that's around it, which is amazing. Didn't really see that one coming. And also another one is that she kind of has a heart pulse as well. Really interesting. So Yagorath has a heart pulse. After you kind of swap forms into Hot Wheels, I'm going to call it Hot Wheels. Sorry for saying that. There's probably a better way. I forgot the word, but I'm going to call it Hot Wheels. So once she transforms to Hot Wheels, she could do like a heart pulse. So she pulses, and then any enemies that are around her within 150 units, as I said, it will reveal them to the whole team. That is really good against like Skies, Strixes, Charlene, Ceres. So any of them decides to go invisible, just tell Yagorath to go into that form. They can't get away unless they want to go invisible from miles away, which is another really cool thing, something I didn't expect. But it kind of makes sense, because she kind of gets that little snake vibe when she kind of hears the vibrations around her, so she knows where she is, especially as she's underground as well. really smart, really like that. But let's go into the form swap. So if you go into a form swap, you go to Hot Wheels, you dash around, well, really dash around, you kind of Hot Wheels yourself around the place, quite neat. You have accelerate, so you go a lot faster. You can drop your poison on the floor, so you spit poison on the floor as your trail. Anyone's chasing you, do that. They can't chase you because it does quite a bit of damage, I must say. Like, I saw it and I was like, that's quite a bit of damage, and it also slows the enemies down, so flanks can't really get to you as easy unless they're Eevee soaring in the sky, Androxys, Aurora, etc. You know who I'm talking about. And that's it really. The best thing, I don't know why, but every time I see it, it just makes me so shocked, and that is her ult. Her ult is the best thing that I've seen, and is the best ultimate. I actually thought, from when I saw Corvus' ult, I was like, this can't get any better. Then I saw Vor's one, I was like, that's pretty cool, alright. And I saw Yagorath, I was like, holy guacamole, this is the best ult they've made. And that is with her Devour. So she essentially targets the enemies like Khan, brings them forward, and then she has a shield. And this is the most intense, like, boss fight sort of style that they have in there. So she gains that, she has 4,000 shielding, and she drags someone. It's a pretty slow ultimate, but it's the most intense ult you can imagine. Anyone that's getting pulled can attack the player. So if they're Cassie, they can sort of shoot with her crossbow at the Yagorath, trying to break that shield before she devours her. And it's, as I say, it's pretty slow, brings them forward, makes her stand there essentially at biting distance. She kind of lunges up ready and then swipes her. So no matter what health you are, you can have 10,000 HP, you're dead. 2 million HP, you're dead. It's so cool, and I really like that. And what I love about it is that the whole team could go, oh crap, our teammate's getting eaten alive, let's try and save that person. And everyone will just smash that Yagorath, trying to kill her before it's too late. And that's what I really like. It has that sort of boss fight element to it, and I'm in love with it. And that's the reason why I think Yagorath is the best champion they ever made, since the beginning of Paladins, I must say. I know I always say this is the best champion, this is sick, but I feel Yagorath is the best champion. And for them to start off this year on a high note and saying we have a lot more champions to go, it shows that they can make some really good champions with really good stories. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. If there's any sort of questions or any points you have about Yagorath, her trailer, and also her edit that I'm going to be making ready for the update, do let me know. But apart from that, that's all I wanted to talk about in terms of Yagorath. To say that she's the best thing that Paladins have ever made, and hopefully they also make an event. I feel like with the way Yagorath is built, they have to make an event for her. Like, it makes the most sense. The trailer screams make an event. Her character, the champion development screams make an event. Like, if they make an event where you have to destroy the darkness and Yagorath and Vora with Valera on your side as well, this will be the best game I've ever played. And hopefully they do it well, or they do it in general. But anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you guys like this little talk that we had together, even though it was just me talking to you. Any questions that you do have, do let me know in the comments below. I'm down to read anything that you guys have to say, because this is a very interesting topic to talk about. And yeah, hopefully not everyone dies. Hopefully the world could be saved. Who knows, you might get General screaming step into the light and everyone dies. And then, or Atlas going back in time and he fails a time loop. He goes back way too far in time, and that's how the new champions are born. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys all next time with a brand new video. Bye bye.